How you doing? How you doing? It's Chris the Method Man. And today we got my good friend and brother, Devon Hicks, author of Black Raven and the Old Man is Turkey. Bro, it's an honor and a blessing. Thank you for coming on.
Man, thank you for having me, bro. Thank you for having me for real, for real.
So, bro, let's start off, man. How can other readers, uh, you know, how can they access your books?
Oh yeah, of course. I have a link tree in my Instagram bio. It's on Amazon. If you just look up Devon Hicks on Amazon, my both books are there. It's also on Barnes and Nobles. You can just literally Google search Black Raven by Devon Hicks or The Old Man and the Turkey by Devon Hicks, and they should pop up and everything.
Okay, bro. Okay. The link will be in my bio. I will post it on my story. So, okay.
Yes, sir.
So,
Yes, sir.
man, who is Devin Hicks as a person? Who is he?
Still trying to figure himself out. I mean, I don't think that I have the clear answer to that question. I mean, that's a good question. That's a good first question. Um, I hope someone that's kind, I think the basis of who I am as far as knowing the good and bad, I think I'm a kind person. I think that I do what's right in the eyes of God and everything like that. And not just in the eyes of God, but the eyes of my peers, my family, my
Mm,
friends, my girlfriend, and myself. But as far as knowing the core essence of who I am, I know my sort of hobbies and my interests, but
mm,
knowing internally all of me, I just don't know yet. I just don't
mm.
know yet. And I think that we all learning ourselves, man, because we're all changing and growing with every day. So certain
Yes.
things that I did when I was 21, I don't do when I'm 23, or
Mm,
ideas and ambitions I had when I was 21 aren't probably the same as I am now as a
mm.
23-year-old man. So who is Devin Hicks? Just a chill guy that likes to write in simpler terms. So yeah,
Hey, bro, I'm still trying to figure myself out every day, man. you
that's
know?
all it is. That's all it is, man. And nothing wrong with figuring yourself out. Nothing wrong with, essentially not knowing everything about yourself. That's
Of course.
in simpler terms, it's about the journey, not the destination most of the time.
Mm. So it's just
And
having that faith.
having faith, but also realizing that it's about enjoying the experiences that you've gone through rather than the ultimate goal of just, oh, I've accomplished this. It's no different than
Mm.
I use a lot of expressions that don't make sense, but running a race and let's say you run a mile in like 4 minutes, right? And your goal
Yeah.
is to get it down to 3 minutes and 50
Yeah.
seconds. And so you train every day, you struggle, and then
Yeah.
eventually in a month you get to 350. The
Mm.
journey about it being a journey is you getting better, learning your strengths, learning your weaknesses when you run.
Mm.
And the destination is obviously the 350. And as we go through life, we learn to appreciate the journey that we've taken. And that's what I've learned.
Mm. Mm. That's deep, bro. That is deep. Like just what you said about just enjoying the moment, not being worried about it could be a terrible situation, but bro, I like how you said that, bro. Like
Yeah,
just enjoying that moment and just wherever roadblocks that you go through to reach that destination, you reach it if you don't give up, man. So
right, right.
yeah.
Yeah, exactly, exactly. Perfect.
So man, I know you've been working with youth around, I guess Baton Rouge or your hometown. So uh
Right.
what are the things that you have been doing, with the youth and stuff like that?
Oh yeah. Yeah, the youth is really cool. That's probably like one of my favorite things as an author. If not actually my favorite thing, like working with the youth, that is like the greatest joy. Um, I'm not even lying, it's for real. So I got to read to Southern University Lab School last it was like September-ish. It was well last semester. Yeah. It
Okay.
was pretty dope. It was pretty dope because I really got to experience talking to kids because I mean I'm older, so I'm not always around kids. So being able to talk to them and pick their mind and pick their brains and them so attentive, you know. And it's not just a day off for them where they can just someone's reading. It's like they're actually engaging with the book and everything like that. It was cool, it's cool to talk to them and get to know the kids and everything like that and be sort of that like a mentor, type
Yeah.
of thing, or even just, someone that they can look up to. That's the goal, man. I'm not trying to be, the person changing the world. I mean, I want to be one person that can help change the world. But
Yeah,
yeah, speaking to kids at SU Lab, mentoring other kids, you know what I'm saying, throughout the neighborhood. And I have a lot more I want to do since I'm a student. I don't get the same opportunities as I did, especially since I'm trying to graduate.
yeah.
And, I'm trying to plan this workshop for kids. And I got to hear back from them, but I have a lot planned out for it. So,
Hey, bro. Just pray about it, man. But I know, man, it's gonna be done. It's gonna be great.
yes, sir. Yes, sir. Through God, man. Through God, for real.
Yes. So, what advice do you have for, I guess, any young buck or any older fellow who wants to write a book about anything?
Um, have an idea. That's the first thing. If
Mhm.
you have an idea, I would say act on it. Like if it wasn't for my brother, I would have probably never published it. And if it wasn't for my friend JD, I would have probably never thought of sort of the core selling kind of quote that I use for my book. But the first step is have an idea, whether it's about a monkey wanting to fly or a fish wanting to breathe out of water. It's sort of like if you have an idea for something, just put it down, get your notebook, get your laptop, Google Docs, Microsoft Word, and just write it. It doesn't need to be perfect. Like I don't think Black Raven's perfect. I don't think Old Man is Turkey's perfect, but I think it's perfect for me. And
Mm,
so, go through the first draft, go through the second draft, go through the third draft, get advice from friends, family, and just publish it. Trust yourself. You know,
mm.
but
So,
yeah,
okay. So usually, I guess when I started writing the book, man, like I kind of just, I guess, wrote from memory, you know.
yeah,
So I really didn't really outline it, but I just,
yeah. Nah,
just
outline
wrote
is
about
key.
my experience playing football at Lee Magnet, and then I just,
Yeah,
and then it just clicked like that, you know.
right. And that's how it is. Like Black Raven just sort of clicked. It's not like I planned out everything. I think an outline is important. Like if it's a story like that, like the way you said, you don't really need an outline. But if it's
Okay.
like fictional wise, well, even nonfiction technically, but like you can start out just writing your thoughts on paper. Like if you are like your body will sort of know. It's like it's being in the zone type thing. Like whenever I have an idea for something, I just write. Like I don't care. I just write it. And
Yeah.
it's like before I lose it from memory, like you said. And then I go back when like my mind and everything's calm or whatever, and I write an outline. So your outline can have the name of the story, the plot, if it's fiction, location, characters, main characters, side characters, write down their goals or what they do to impact the story, and then just flow from there. Because I write a lot of fiction, like 95, maybe even all of my books or all of my work is going to be fictional. So I always write outlines.
Okay. That's good to know, bro. So, how did this, I guess, being an author start, man? Was it just from like a childhood dream of just reading books, or was it just like something that you did over the pandemic?
Um, I've always been good at writing, so
Mm.
it's kind of like both sided. I was always just great at writing as a kid. I was making superhero stories at 4 years old, writing that out. Uh, writing just clicked differently than a lot of other subjects. Like,
Mm.
was that my AirPod? You can still hear me?
Yeah, I can still hear you, bro.
Okay, cool. Hold on. Sorry, my AirPod died. Oh,
Hey,
okay.
take your time, bro. You good?
For sure. No, as a kid, I was just good at writing. I was good at just, being creative. I used to draw, but I stopped because I sucked. And I look at people like Isaiah, and I'm like, dang, like I could have drew like that if I practiced. But
Yeah, man.
um, yeah, nah, it was as a young age. I started writing a lot. I started writing a lot of fictional stories, and I took a break when I was became a middle schooler in high school because I was just focused on sports. And then
Mm.
when I got to college, I stopped because I was in college, and then I picked it up. Actually, before COVID, I was writing like Black Raven 2019,
Oh wow.
and yeah, I wasn't gonna publish it to be honest because COVID hit, and I was like, should I even publish a book? Nothing's gonna happen to my
Yeah.
brother. That's when my brother and my mom come in and like, you should just publish it, just give it a
Yeah.
shot. And yeah, I'm here now. So I've always been a writer as a kid. I've always been
Mm.
creating stories, and it helped me sort of, escape the real world a lot of times. It helped
Yeah.
me escape, things I went through when I was younger, and just, be
Mm.
able to create a character and just mentally transition into that world is just astounding. Because I always grew up liking fiction. I look
Yeah.
up to a lot of my heroes, ironically, are cartoon characters, or just people that have created those characters. So it's just, for me, I've always just been a passionate writer. But as far as being an author, it really started as a pandemic.
Mm.
I just wrote books and kept them in my, because I have a lot of books. So like, I used to write on Google Docs and not want to publish it, and I just gave myself a chance, and see the results.
Oh wow. Hey man, it's with anything, man. Just like
Yeah,
you never know what happens, man. God can
yeah,
give you something, man, and be like, man, thank God, man.
right.
you
And I
know,
think that was God. I think that was God telling me as well to just publish it. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
And give yourself a chance. Why doubt yourself? You know what I'm saying?
nah,
Why put barriers up for yourself?
yeah,
If you want
yeah,
to
yeah,
shoot for the
yeah,
moon and
yeah,
hit the
man.
stars, do it.
But bro, I know, man. During that pandemic, your book was impacting somebody's life because
Yeah.
it was dark times. We're still going through it, but
Oh
man,
yeah.
but you just coming on here, man, showing this positive light, man. I appreciate it.
And
So
that's all it is. That's all it is, man. Just try to be kind to others, because you don't know where that person's gonna end up in the future. That person
no,
can be really successful. You know what I'm saying? And they
yeah,
remember your kindness, and that person may not be successful, but you may be, and you could help them. So
yeah,
it's just being kind. You know what I'm saying? I think it's easier to be kind to someone and be chill than be negative. It's hard
of
to be.
course.
It's hard to be a jerk, bro. It's hard.
Of
Like,
course, man. Of
you know.
course. You know,
So yeah, I
it
don't trip
is
about a lot,
hard,
bro.
bro. Just in this world, man. Yeah, people test your patience, man, but it's just like it's not worth it. It's not.
Right.
It's not worth my breath. I could curse them
Right.
out, but then it's like, you know,
Yeah. Yeah,
I'm
because
just
at
gonna.
the end of the day, I'm gonna forget, bro. Like, I'm gonna get back.
Of
Like, if
course,
I argue with someone about a wreck about something, I'm gonna forget as soon as I get to my dorm. So I mean, I'm
yeah,
chilling.
man.
Like,
yeah,
I one ear out the other type, stuff.
yeah,
And I don't
man.
really,
So
yeah.
yeah, so man. So I guess like growing up, did you have like any journal that you just like I guess kept to see like as a memento? I guess.
Oh, dang, you really trying to test my memory, bro. My mom might have something. My mom might have something. I know she has like this like binder with all like my writings and stuff from when I was like a kid. And I'm pleading for the day that she'll hand that over to me, but she can't find it. So I'm like, GG's on that, man. I'll just good game. I'll probably try to find that later or something.
yeah, man.
That's probably the job. But I know, as far as like anything close to it, I used to write poetry, so I have a bunch of
Okay.
poetry journals. I know I kept all the drawings when I was younger. It's in my old childhood bedroom, and pretty much everything that I've written is on my trusty laptop. So
Oh
yeah,
wow.
yeah.
So so is there any I guess sneak peeks coming out that any work that you're working on right now?
Yeah. The Old Man Turkey's published. I'm working on a new book. It's it's not a short story. It's for real like a series. So like, I don't know if you know Chris Howard and the Spirit Warriors type thing. Yeah.
No, I don't, bro. But
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
gotta
Shout
watch.
out.
I gotta watch it.
Yeah. It's a shout out to Chris Howard. Amazing writer, fantastic dude. It's sort of like a series. So he made a series called The Spirit Warriors. I'm making a series titled. I'm not gonna spoil it. Oh yeah, yeah. I got you in that trap. I'm not gonna spoil it yet.
I got you, bro.
But yeah, I'm writing on. I'm writing a series right now, and it's gonna be popping. It's gonna be cool. It's really gonna show representation for everybody, And that's the one of the things I want to do, is just make everything connect. So yeah.
Yeah. So I guess like you're 23 now, right?
Oh yeah.
So
Stop reminding me my age.
sorry,
Yo,
sorry, bro.
I low key try to. No, you good. I keep
Sorry, bro.
forgetting my age. I'm like, oh man, I am
So
23.
So, bro, so I'm just wondering, I guess, like, what are your future goals, like, as a writer, and just the future?
Whew, as a writer, hmm, hmm, that's a good question. I would say I want to be a New York Times bestseller. I will be a New York Times bestselling
Of
writer,
course you
and that's
will.
that. Yeah, that's one of the goals, man. Just not for. I mean, personal goals are good. Like if you want to be a millionaire and say that's your goal, that's a good goal. You know, I definitely want to be a New York Times bestseller. I feel like I look at my books as like my kids, and I believe that you're gonna want your kids to be at the highest level possible. So yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. As a New York Times bestseller, I believe my work is capable of doing it. But I just would love to write. Still be able to have time to write. Hopefully write, be a screenwriter one day, and make sure my works become real life and visually in real life, and people could see it and be inspired by it. And I just want to have that spark of creativity. I want people, to think to know it's cool to be creative, and
yeah,
if you're going through something, it's okay to listen to your music and write a book or write poetry or draw or start a podcast or talk about it, express
yeah.
those feelings, because that's all creativity, that's all writing is, expressing how you feel.
Of course, man.
Black Raven, essentially that about way was partially you guys looking at me,
Mm,
a core part of me, who I am.
mm,
It's also someone. It also Black Raven is also for people that are going through other things. It doesn't always have to
mm,
be about the color of your feathers. Black Raven
mm,
could be about if someone's taller than you or someone that is
mm.
bigger than you. You know what I'm saying? It could be about anything. And so books like that and creations like that, that's my ultimate goal. You know what I'm saying? So
Mm.
yeah.
So, well, you kind of answered my question, bro, about the Black Raven. So, what about the old man and this turkey? Is the old man and the turkey, like, is that inspired by, I guess, some guy that you knew, like, back in the day?
Uh, Omen is Turkey was actually true what I did, because there was actually okay. So I was on my way to work,
Oh
and
wow.
my job is like 2 minutes away from my house. And
Okay.
in Antioch, we have a lot of turkeys, around that time. So there was a turkey in the road, and
Oh wow.
like people were like recording it, and I parked my car, and I remember hesitant to go out because there were cars passing, and I remember me and this other lady, I think, were like showing it off the road because you can't just pick up a turkey because they're heavy and you don't want them to scratch you. And yeah, so
Yeah.
yeah, it finally went on the sidewalk, and I just went to work. And I think one day on my way back, I was like, I should write a story about it. And I didn't mean to add like the beginning where the grandfather lost his grandson. It was sort of just like,
Yeah.
it's something that I thought would be, that could tie well into the story. But yeah, I love birds, so I mean,
Oh
why
wow.
not add the turkey? So
Oh
yeah,
wow, man. That's awesome. That is
for sure.
awesome, bro. Man.
But yeah, that book means a lot to me. It's just different from like I wanted to prove to people sort of that I can write something other than Black Raven, because
Mm,
I'm more than Black Raven. You know what I'm saying? I'm a whole author. Like, and it's
mm,
cool. Like I love Black Raven, and everything like that. But I also love The Old Man and Turkey the same. That book is dedicated to my mentor and everything like that, and it's also dedicated to my grandfather as well. So you
wow.
know, definitely, you know, I love that book.
Yeah. So is there any shout outs that I guess the people that you would like to thank?
Oh,
Just
uh, yeah. Shout out you first of all for allowing me to have this opportunity to be on the podcast and be on the live. I appreciate your time as well. I know we've been trying to do it for a minute, and I'm
yeah,
glad
bro.
that we find we found the time. Second
Yeah,
of all, I want to shout out God. Like I definitely think I wouldn't be here without God, and
of course.
everything that He did, and you know like not just giving me the ability to write, but giving me the ability to think for myself as far as like being an author. You know,
Mm,
he gave me the free will to really think about it and really
yeah.
just be like, let me find my own path as well.
Mm,
I want to shout out my friends. You know, I don't really like saying specific, shout out, but they know who they are. They know my
yeah.
real ones, and you know, being my not just my support system, but my honest friends. Because the one thing I can say about my friends is that they are honest, bro. Like they are honest about my work. But more than just honesty, they are the ones that lift me up. And I don't call my friends, I call my tribe. They're my
Mm.
tribe members. They're my brothers. And so
Yeah.
speaking of brother, I want to shout out my younger brother, Devon Hicks. If you ever see this video, man, that's my best friend, man. That's my ride or die, bro. Like
Mm.
without him, Black Raven wouldn't have happened.
Mm.
Me as an author wouldn't have happened. Shout out my parents. Without them, I wouldn't be the man I am, and I just love them to death. You know, I would never thought I would be getting interviewed for a book, and I just want to make him proud. Shout out my girlfriend. She is the key to everything. She's the one that inspires me as a writer. She's the one that, pushes me to be the best version of myself.
Mm.
And, shout out to all shout out to all the creatives out there. Shout out to all the people that have their own show, their own podcast, their own writing, and shout out to everybody that's, trying to make a difference in the world of creativity. And shout out the future generation, the youngins, you know what I'm saying? The kids that look like me and you, and the kids that don't look like me and you.
Mm.
And yeah, yeah, that's
Man, bro,
that's what
that's
I'm shouting out.
it's a
That's a
blessing.
lot. That's a lot.
Yeah,
That's a
yeah,
lot.
I
I'm
know,
sorry.
bro, but man, bro, I thank God as well, man, because so many situations that I was in, he got me out of, and
Word.
I'm just thankful, man, that he's given me a gift to do podcasts, to use my voice, and for you to use your voice through writing. That's a
Hmm.
blessing, and
Right.
you can't take that for granted. You
I
can't,
don't.
you
I
can't, bro,
don't.
because it's so easy for you to talk yourself out of a blessing. It's so
Yeah.
easy, you know.
Yeah. I'm always writing, bro. Like, and what I mean by I'm always writing is like I'm not always physically writing, but I'm always thinking about something. So, like, bro, like I'm kind of not in a bad way. I sort of
The
I
good
sort of like
things.
think no, I think differently. Like a lot of
Okay.
times, like when I mean I'm writing, like I could be walking to class and I'm thinking about how to structure a story. Like, okay, chapter 8, this character
Oh
does this.
wow.
Should I put that in chapter 7? Or I sometimes I'm reading my work like as I write, or sometimes I'll reread my work, or
Of course.
sometimes like I'm always, or if I'm even watching TV, like my girlfriend gets mad because sometimes I talk as like the show's going on. I'm like, yeah, I'm just breaking it down. Like, okay, this character did this. How does that relate to my character? Like,
Yeah.
I'm always working. Even if I'm not
Yeah.
always on the pen. And that's the same thing with like anybody else, man. Like, you don't always need to be working too. Like, sometimes you gotta have that break. Sometimes you gotta let your mind rest.
Of course.
Because you gotta like that's not being lazy. Being I think that, and I know this is a random side note. I don't talk as much, so this is a blessing.
Yeah.
But being lazy is often like construed as like you know weak, or it's could be like a bad thing. And being lazy is not, bro. Like
Mm.
people have this misconception about it. Like being lazy, sometimes letting your brain relax. It's letting it, chill. And what taught me that is Steven Universe. I don't know if you ever seen it. Have you
Yeah.
ever
Yeah.
seen it?
I see
Okay,
some
yeah,
clips. Shows. Yeah.
yeah. My shout out to my brother because he made me watch that entire show. And there was a scene where Steven was playing the guitar, and Garnet, Amethyst, and Pearl were watching the sunset. And Peridot comes over and is like, "Why aren't you working? The cluster's gonna be any minute." And
Yeah.
Steven's like, "Oh, we worked hard all day. It's time for rest. It's okay to rest and chill."
Yeah.
And that's what that I it hit for me. I was like, bro, like being lazy is cool. Sometimes sitting back is gonna help you think of new ideas. Because
Of
when
course.
as a podcast, go for it, go for it.
Just like, especially like if you're in the tub or something, you get ideas. Like for podcasts, I'm like, as I was in
There
the
you
tub,
go.
I was like, boom, I got an idea. I got a
There you
logo.
go.
I got
There you
that.
go.
I'm like, dang, man. I'm like, thank God, man. I'm just getting this creativity, man. Like
There you go.
it's like just being in the bathroom, you just get the best thoughts.
Right, right.
It's
There
like,
you go.
yeah, it's dope, man.
Yeah. The more you try to force things out, the less good it's gonna be. It's sort of like Black Raven came naturally for me. The Old Man and Turkey came naturally for me.
Mm.
Even with podcasts, I'll use that for example because I have a podcast, the Early Morning Comment. Check that out
Yeah,
on Spotify, not sponsored.
yep, yep. Ruffle Feathers.
Yeah. When I was thinking of the name, like I had no idea what I wanted to name it, and I was just sitting down one day. Where was I at? I think it was the library, and I was like, the early morning comment. I'm serious, like I'm so serious. I was like, that's just cool, like so. Giving your mind a break to regather and refocus and recenter itself, it helps just tap into different parts of your brain as far as creativity.
Yeah,
And that's why I'm saying this podcast is going to be really successful for you because I can tell it's genuine. I can tell it's creative. I can tell you actually enjoy, doing what you do.
of course.
So that's why I give it 2 thumbs up.
Appreciate it, bro. Appreciate it, man.
All good, man.
So the question is, man, I've been seeing your story, and it had this Instagram podcast, Ruffle Feathers. Like, what's that all about, bro? How did that get, I guess, begun?
Oh yeah, for sure. So Ruffle Feathers was inspired by. It was sort of I wanted to give people that had a platform, whether you're a musician, an author, a painter, or even just as an Instagram personality or whatever, the platform to talk about what you want to talk about. Because I realized that a lot of times it's hard getting interviews. Like this is my first interview, and it's hard sort of getting recognized. And I don't have clout, bro. Like I do not have a lick of clout. Like I'm known, but I just want to give you that chance to talk about yourself. No different than what you're doing here. It's just giving up people the opportunity to express themselves through creativity.
Of
And so
course.
that's basically what Ruffle Feathers is. Like hopefully in the future I might do it just for writers, but for now I just love, picking the brains of other people and
Yes,
really learning more about that.
yeah, bro. And then honestly, with that, bro, it's like you can get ideas from those people, like
Right.
just things that they're talking about. You can get ideas from books, like just making characters, and I'm like, man, that's interesting. you know.
Right.
So it's like,
Right.
man, that's just a blessing, man. Because like, if you bring those people on, there's like if they say something like I don't know about the past or something like they've been through, good or
Yeah.
bad. It's like you can instantly just get like, boom, that's their character. This is their
Right.
this is their situation. So
Right.
honestly, they're just giving you a book. You just gotta write it on
Right.
paper. So
Exactly. Exactly. As long as I don't get copyrighted, I'm good, bro.
yeah, yeah, bro, yeah,
As long as I don't get
yeah.
hit with "excuse me, you've been copyrighted," I'm good, bro.
Because they got many of those who want to sue.
Yeah.
So, bro, uh, going to I guess 20 years later, how do you want to be? How how does Devon Hicks want to be remembered as a
I knew you
writer?
were gonna ask that question. I knew it. I had a feeling after that question you just that he's gonna ask. Does he? What? How do you want to be remembered, or how do you want your word to be in bad? I knew it. How do I? Okay. I was mentally prepared. Um, First of all, as someone that just tried. I mean,
Mm,
I don't want people to be looking like, oh well, you know. I would rather I want to be successful, of course, knock on wood, but I would rather fail, but at least I gave all my all than like
mm,
not try at all. You know what I'm saying?
mm,
So I want people
mm,
to know that I tried and I was for
mm,
the people. It's not just about the money, it's not about the clout, it's about the people and making sure that as a people we're all connected and make sure just man that you can live the best day ever, for
mm,
yourself. And just 20 years from now, man, just a chill person, bro. I mean,
mm, mm.
but it's your own opinion on how you want to remember me, man. I mean, it's up to you. I can't force you to remember how you remember me
Yeah,
because in 20 years, I'm not going to care, how you
yeah,
remembered me.
yeah.
I want it hopefully in the positive, and I don't think I'm going to do anything that puts me in the negative of
No, no.
remembrance. But,
Yeah.
as long as it's positive, man, I'm cool.
Okay, bro. So, like, expound on that, man. Like, just what you said before. Like, you want to be remembered, like, for like people. I feel like with people, man, it's like you have to start somewhere in life, right?
Yeah.
Because I had this moment, like, with my podcast. It was the guy. I don't know. It was the guy from All American, but
Yeah.
I think I wasn't prepared. But I felt like, yeah, like I'm gonna have my low points, but then I was like, man, the next podcast I'm gonna be prepared. You know, So it's
Right.
just like, yeah, every day, man, it's like you can get knocked down so many times, man. But if you get up that 21st time,
You good.
you good, bro. You know?
Right, right. That's all it is, man. Just there's a quote from the Batman. It's funny that you said that, man. If you don't know, Batman's my favorite superhero, and it was in Batman Begins. So Alfred asked Bruce, "Why do we fall? Why do you think we fall?"
Mm,
So we can learn how to pick ourselves up again.
mm,
So that's
mm,
basically the quote. It's on my wall and everything too. Like I kept that, back like and everything like that. So essentially, it's like you're gonna fall, bro. Like that's just inevitable. Like you're
mm.
you're not gonna always be successful, but
No, no.
you're not gonna always be a failure. And as long
Mm,
as you know that you're not always gonna be a failure, no matter how many
you
times you
good.
fall, you're gonna pick yourself up.
You good.
And it doesn't mean to instantly pick yourself up. Be like, okay,
It's a
this failed, so I
process.
have to come back. Like, like take your break. You know what I'm
Take a
saying?
break. Yeah.
Take a mini vacation, but just know you gotta pick yourself up and keep it pushing,
Keep
bro.
going, man. I'm glad you said that, bro, because like look at people like Steve Harvey, you know?
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
I think he was like, he just I think he went bankrupt. If I'm not for sure, but or he was out of a job. And so, he was saying you have so many failures, but get back up. Take a break if you have to, but get
yeah.
back up, man. And
Exactly.
and I feel like that's anything in life. That's with school. That's with anything, man. Yeah,
Exactly.
like your
Exactly.
grades may be terrible, could have done better, but then at the same time, if I have to graduate in 5 years, four
Yeah.
years, I'm gonna have my degree either way.
Right. 'Cause like I said, ain't nobody gonna ask how long it took you. As long as you have that degree, that's what
Of
matters.
course, that's all that matters, bro. That's all
Right.
that matters. You know,
Exactly. Exactly.
and I don't care if I have to run through hell and back. I'm gonna get my degree. It's just,
Exactly.
it's
Amen to
just,
that.
it's just how it's gonna be. So man,
Exactly.
so yeah, bro. So what is I guess who is your motivation? Like who I guess is your heartbeat, you know?
My
Who
girlfriend.
keeps you going every day?
My girlfriend.
Shout out to the girlfriend.
Yeah, yeah, nah, yeah. My girlfriend, I'll say my mom, my girlfriend are equal, but
Yeah,
and definitely my brother, my tribe. But first is always God.
of
Like
course.
just to please Him, that was given, But
Yes.
just specifically God, like keeping Him in my life, and that's something I'm learning recently because I'm definitely adding God into my life. Going to a Christian high school, is great. Don't get me wrong, but sometimes I needed that sort of to learn more about God my own way.
Yeah.
And when I finally came back to Him and really meditated on that, like trying to please Him and do my best for that, but it's always gonna be my girlfriend, my mom, the youth, you know what I'm saying, just to be a positive image for them, to know that hey, if they want to be a rapper or an athlete, that's cool, that's cool. But also like they can, you know, be other things too. You feel
Yeah.
me? They can be other things as well. Um,
Keep it
my
God
child,
first. Yeah.
right, exactly. Keep God first. Keep him number one. Keep him ace. My friends, excuse me, like they're all of them. All those people are essentially what drives me and myself.
Yeah.
And this may sound bad, like at the end of the day, I can get a motivation from everywhere, but if I don't have the drive and
Mm,
determination to do it for myself, then there's
mm,
literally no point. So I guess for me, it's just to be a better version of myself than I was yesterday. You feel me?
mm, mm. Expound on that. I gotta talk about that, bro. Be the best
uh,
version of yourself than yesterday. Expound on that.
yeah, because I mean, in life, I guess it's for improvement. Every day
Yeah.
we're trying to improve, we're trying to become better. And learn. That's what I say. Like, for me, I always like to learn. Something new every day. I have friends and people in my life that can put me in that position. So I guess it's just being a better version of yourself than you were yesterday, as far as like, trying to make sure that not comparing yourself to other people and their
Mm,
journeys, but comparing your own journey to yourself.
mm. Mm, that's deep. That is deep. Comparing your own journey to yourself, meaning running your own race, people.
Exactly,
Running your
exactly.
own race.
The tortoise beat the hare because he wasn't worried about how fast the hare was running. He was worried
Mm,
how fast he can go to win
So really, he was running. I guess he was
his
on
own
his own
race.
timer. He was on his own race,
Right, there
as per
you
se.
go. There you go. Because other
Mm,
people have other things that are challenging for them but are easy for you.
mm.
And I'll bring out a Naruto quote, I guess. It's about time.
It's okay,
Yeah,
bro.
like, yeah, you good. Itachi said to Sasuke, like, reality is different. You know what I'm saying? Everyone lives their own realities. So your essence of time is different from my essence of time. So
Mm,
it's sort of like comparing you to me is obsolete because the
mm,
challenges in the way you were brought up is completely different from mine. You know,
mm,
everyone's unique and everyone's different. So you can't compare things that are unique. So yeah, just run your own race, man. Like try to
mm.
compete with yourself.
So just being yourself, being your authentic self. Don't worry about what other people say. That's
That
what
is
you
the
say.
moral of Black Raven.
Mm. Well, bro, man, it was a blessing. It was an honor, bro.
Oh
Man,
man, it's an honor too,
you
bro.
know, man, I'm gonna keep in touch with you, man. Anytime that you want to come on, bro. This was really impactful to me, man. Just
Of
getting to
course.
know you more, man. Just over, I guess, 2 semesters, bro. It's a blessing, bro. So I thank you for coming on, man. I'm gonna post this interview on my story, and
Yes, sir.
thank
Send
you,
me a
bro.
send if you can. No problem, and I want to say thank you too for having me as a guest, man. I'm humbled. I'm honored to be interviewed by you. If you could send sort of like a mini clip or something like that, I'll post it on my story. I'll post it on my page, and I could have a little something from my website. So that'll be
Okay,
dope.
you got a website too, bro. Okay, okay.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I would be happy for that.
All right, man. So man, it was a blessing, bro, man. You know, anytime that any accolades, you know, anything, Golden Globes, bestseller writer,
Yeah.
millionaire, I don't care, bro. If it's 10 years, 5 years, I don't care. If you want to come on, bro, and just break some bread, you know, break a beer or
Absolutely.
something, just come on my show, man. I would,
Absolutely.
yeah.
Absolutely. You're the man, bro. You're the man, bro. Anytime, bro. I'm humbled for real. Really.
Right, man. So have a good Easter, bro. Um, say hello to the family for me, and
Of course.
uh, thank you, man.
Of course. I'm blessed. Humbled.
All
You
right,
have a
man. I'll
great
see you
Easter.
later.
See you, bro. Have a great Easter.
All right, you too, man. Stay blessed.
Stay blessed.
Guys, that was Devon Hicks, a remarkable man, a remarkable person. So, guys, this is Chris the Method Man. Y'all can follow me on Instagram, Chris the Method Man. My YouTube, Chris the Method Man again. And y'all stay blessed. I'm a holla. Peace. Good night.